Hi, friends. All right, so we're going to do our live a little different tonight. If you have a question, you can put your question in the question box, or you can request to come live and you can ask me the question live. I'm not going to pick everybody, so because y'all know some people that be in here be a little suspect. But if you have a question and you want to ask me live and be able to give me the details, the backstory, everything, send me a request. Or if you just want to talk about it, put your what do you call that? Your question in the question box below. Also, what is your name? Where are you from? Where are you watching me from? Are you single? Are you dating? Let me know a little bit about you. Are you new here? What do you like most about my page? What do you want to see more of? All the things. Ooh. I always get on here and forget to fill my water up, and then I be sitting here like, you gonna need some more water. For those of you coming in, you can put your question below, or you can request to join me live and ask your question live, and we can chat about it about 5-10 minutes. And yeah. Bangle noise, my bracelet. Is it, well, if it's distracting for you, then you don't have to stay on the live, because I'm not about to take my bracelet off. It shouldn't be that distracted. Like, you shouldn't be that distracted. You're new here and you're Nigerian. Hello from Nigeria. What time is it over there? I've been to Nigeria a few times. What time is it over there? Let me look at my phone. Oh, it's early in the morning. What you doing up? Bye, hun. People on the internet just have a lot of audacity, is what I've just realized. Like, yeah, it's 2:16 a.m. What are you doing up? You should be sleeping. You should be sleeping, girl. Oh, you're studying. Oh, okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. You're studying. All is well. All is well. So tonight, ladies, you can drop your question in the question box, or you can request to come live with me and you can ask your question live. You can ask your question live. Are any of you coming with me to Puerto Rico? Because my flight is booked. The company hasn't told me who booked, and I won't know who's actually going until they what do you call that? They put the group chat together. But are any of y'all coming? Because there are people coming, and my flight is booked. If we're live, will you see us or just hear us? Both. I will see you and I will hear you. Both, my friend. I need to recurl these ends. They're starting to look a little shabby. You're welcome. I have a scenario that I need to post too. Where is it at? Maybe I'll do that as my post in the morning. Hey. All right, so what are y'all doing? If y'all not gonna ask me no questions, or y'all not gonna join me on live, what y'all doing? I'm new here. What's the trip about? If you comment me, a link will be sent to your DM with all the information on the trip. Or you can just click the link in my bio and it'll say Girls Trip Puerto Rico 2025. And I don't want to hear nothing. Okay, Betty Black, you have a scenario? Do you want to come live or are you going to put it in the question box? Oh, you're watching TV. I need something new to watch. I was watching Younger on Netflix and it was so good. And I got through all 7 seasons of it. What is girl code? I mean, girl code is like respect, right? Like it's just another word for saying like you respect your sister. Like you don't go behind your sister's back, you don't betray your sister, you don't date your sister's man, etc. Things like that. Like you don't break the code. Okay, so you want to be up. All right, put it in the question box. So I'm trying to know what your page is about. Can I ask accordingly? If you go to my bio, it'll literally tell you what my page is about. Literally in my bio. I'm not hiding anything from you guys. It'll tell you what I do when I go live. It'll have for you to click down, get more information, and all of that. But tonight's live is a Girl Talk Q&A where you can ask me a question and we can go from there. All right, we have one brave guest, Jasmine. Working? Okay. Hey, I was like, I hit accept. What's going on?
Oh, it's me.
Hey, girl.
Hey. All right. So since nobody else wanted to come live, I figured I'd come live and ask you a couple of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so the first question I would probably ask was, what was the biggest lesson that you learned in 2024 in the area of friendships, relationships, and like for your self-worth? Like what were those lessons as far as 2024 and how are you applying what you learned to 2025?
Okay. Love that question. So the first one you said, what did I learn about friendships? What did I learn about my friendships last year? Did I have to cut anybody off? I don't think I had to cut anybody off. Thankfully, I have very solid friendships, and I have a lot of really strict boundaries with my friendships, and I know what friends are for what. So in the friendship area, I'm gonna just keep on trucking along like I'm trucking along. When it comes to relationships, I don't think I learned anything new. I don't think I learned anything new. And I'm not going to do anything different this year because I've stood 10 toes down on my standards, my worth, my value. Like, I don't let nobody play with me in any capacity. So there wasn't really too much to learn from 2024, but all of the things that I've kind of like made my standard, I put into ebooks. I did do that in 2024. I was like, okay, Jennifer, you've learned all of your own lessons. You figured out everything that you need on your own. Now, this is what you need to do. What was the third one, Jasmine? You're muted if you're talking to me. And Monique Seanville, put your question in the question box, love. I want to try to remember it, but I don't want to forget. Jasmine, are you with me? Oh, she says she doesn't know what happened. Oh no, I don't know what happened either. Yeah, I can still hold on. Let me go on my other page because it still has your picture at the bottom for me. Hold on. Let me look because I can still see you. Okay, but on my other page, I can't. That is so strange. Let me do this. All right, now. Sorry. All right. I don't know what happened. Come back. Try to come back. I don't know what happened. That is that's so weird. Because it still had your picture up there for me. All right. Back in action. Can
I
you
don't
hear me?
yeah, I can hear you. Um,
um,
I
I
think
will say
you go ahead.
I, I will say relationally, I can say like even just like in 2023, 2022, I am proud of the fact that I'm able to spot a man that I don't want long term quick. Like
Hmm.
that I don't wait. I still don't waste any time. And it's so funny because yesterday my girlfriend sent me this let me go to it. She sent me this page where there's an attorney who is where is it at? Is this it? Yep, here it is. It's an attorney that is helping women sue their ex-boyfriends for not marrying them and wasted time under the breach of promise law.
Oh,
Now I didn't look into it, but I was like,
oh, no,
but then
oh,
I said to my girlfriends, I said, look, I said I wouldn't even probably qualify because I don't let nobody waste my time. I get people up and out of my way. So I was like, that'll be interesting to see. So I did follow the attorney just because I want to see their content.
got
But
you. That's interesting. So I know for me, because I know, well, I've been rocking with you for a long time. Me
long time.
personally, for me personally, I am proud of the fact that things that I've come across, like even with friendships, the things that used to have me sliding down the wall, I can look at it, not take it personally, internalize it as what did I do? What did I do? What did I do? And just move forward. Have a moment, process it, move forward. And even when it comes to guys, although they may look good, speaking of number two is out, he's shown. Even with that, it's like, yeah, you check the boxes and you look good, everything is good on paper, but we got chemistry, but we're not compatible. Knowing that, understanding that, and not settling for what they're offering, if that's because that's not what I want. We
Exactly.
not get ready to play them games. So yeah, if y'all need them tips and journals and ebooks, go ahead and make the investment in yourself because it's a beautiful journey. It might get a little rough, but at the end of it, when you come out of it and you stand your ground and you stand on your boundaries and you not making no apologies for being who you are, taking up space, shining, not dimming your light, baby. Listen, ain't
Listen,
nothing like ain't better.
ain't nothing better. Like, do the inner work to heal the inner child and really get to a place where you only want what's good for you.
Right.
Like, once
Without
you,
any apologies, because I know I used to, and sometimes I still find myself doing it, but I'm quick to not do it. I used to shrink myself in order to make other people comfortable, but I was miserable inside. But when I found the people and I actually did the work, that's like, oh nah, yeah, that's who you are. You can't be nothing but who you are. But they like it and they accept it and they accept all of me and not just parts of me. I was like, okay, yeah, this is what I was missing. This is what I need. It ain't no secret competition, no jealousy, no nothing. We literally trying to make and see how we can help each other build and reach our next goal. And it's cool. I'm with it.
exactly. So 2025, we do have rules of engagement. We had 2024 rules of engagement. I want y'all to still stand on those, but we got new rules, and they are as follows. Daily devotion time with God. If you are spending time with God on a daily basis, drop a me in the comments. I just want to see who's standing on business when it comes to their relationship with God. Because honestly, I'm gonna tell y'all, your dating life will drastically change every area of your life, actually. But if you are experiencing a horrible dating life, when your relationship with God is solid, baby, everything will change. Okay. Um, decenter men, decenter them. That doesn't mean that we don't care about them, that we don't love them, that we don't want them, etc. But we are not focusing our existence on a man wanting us. The reality of it is we get to choose. Okay? We get to choose. They pursue us. We get to choose if we want to experience what they're offering. If you don't want to experience it, you don't have to. Okay? You don't have to. Do you know how many and what the more you get to a space where you're like, this is literally what I want. You know how, like, so, because here's one thing that men will do. Men are going to go for their dream girl. Hear me and hear me well. They may settle for you if you're not their dream girl. They may let you be a placeholder until they meet their dream girl, but they are 100% committed to finding and falling in love with their dream girl. You need to do the same. And guess what? Your dream guy exists. All right. Number 3, design the life that you want and go for it. Think about the life that you want and go for it. Nothing is unattainable. Nothing is unattainable. And then number 5, make yourself a priority. So this year is more so about you. All right. Any other questions, Jasmine? Because I got a few questions in the question box that I want to get to as well.
No, not really. I think that was it. I just wanted to jump it off because with nobody else jumping on here. So yeah, I guess those are my questions. But this year, my rules of engagement, I'm doing pretty good. I've stuck to my, I'm sitting home recovering right now, but so far so good.
Good. And number 2 is out the picture.
Yes.
Cheers to that.
Number 2 is out the picture, chair.
Good. Because Lord knows, I was like, Lord.
No. We'll have to chat offline to give you the full details. Yeah. It wasn't even bad. It wasn't even like a rah rah rah. It was just like, you know what, this isn't what I want. This was cool while it lasted. I wish you the best. And that's it. No, I don't want to be friends. So
ain't no point.
Right.
That's all, and that's it.
It was real cool. So yeah.
All right, boo.
All right, bye.
Okay. I'm going to start at the bottom. Corinne. There we go. Because I still don't understand, like, what that Frank Brown looked like. He is an old man. Why are you over here? Why is you over here? Anywho, should you expect the Valentine's Day gift only when in a relationship? No. No. If there is a man occupying your time and your attention, he should know when Valentine's Day comes that he should come correct. Your time, your attention is an investment. So no, it's not. It's not. It's you should expect them. No man should think that he can be on your phone, trying to get to know you, trying to pursue you, and he can't do nothing for you on Valentine's Day. There have been times where I've met a man the week of Valentine's Day, and by Valentine's Day they went all out. Okay. Yes, your dating life may improve when we put God in the center of our lives, but I want to encourage everyone not to better. Right, of course. That's why I said every area of your life, but we specifically talk about relationships over here. So I like to make, tie God into that as well. I would hope that everybody in here knows that you shouldn't be pursuing God for a relationship. You shouldn't be pursuing God for money. You shouldn't be pursuing God for anything. You should be pursuing God for a relationship with him, right? But the Bible literally says, seek the kingdom of God and all righteousness, and everything will be added unto you. If you're actually seeking God, like, you're going to build a relationship with him, and your life's going to be better as a result of that anyway. Next question. I met a man online in June. We talk and FaceTime all the time, but he hadn't made time to come see me yet. Come meet since June. He stays about 4 hours away, and I stated in the beginning that he would have to come visit me before I go to him. Okay, fair. I'm thinking about pulling back. Should I continue to talk to him? I would. We've been having conversations since June. We've been having you've been taking up my time since June with words and conversation and FaceTime, and you can't make the investment to come 4 hours to see me in real life. Let's see, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. It's been 7 months. Ain't that much talking and FaceTiming in the world. If a man wants to be with you, he's going to be with you. If a man wants to see you, he's coming to see you. I would have been fell back after there was no plans to meet in person within the first 30 days. I would have been done. Don't let nobody waste your time. What are we on? We met. You meet them online. What are we FaceTiming and doing? What are we doing that for? And 4 hours away, and it's not. Here's the thing, and it doesn't even take much. If he doesn't want to fly, he can drive. If he doesn't want to drive, he could take a train. He could take a bus. Like what's his reasoning for not coming to see you? I think that that's just inexcusable. And yes, to answer your question, I'd be up and out of there. All right. Is it against girl code if you've been talking to someone and your homegirl isn't aware? She goes on a few dates with him, but it never goes anywhere. She didn't know about you and him, but you know about the friend in him. All right. So let me get this straight. You're now, so who was talking to him first is what I want to know. You, you've been talking to someone that your homegirl isn't, and your homegirl isn't aware, but then she goes on a few dates with him, but it doesn't go anywhere. Did this happen before you met him or after? I need timelines to determine. I need timelines. Yes, you're correct. He says work. For 7 months, work is the reason. He lying. Sounds like he's using you for emotional support. He likes whatever conversation that you're giving him. What you're fulfilling a need of his, whether you believe it or not, even just for conversation. But your conversation ain't for free either. If you're investing your time to get to know him and he's not coming in, like, why are we? No, that's crazy. No. Sounds like he has other things going on. Exactly. Like a wife and kids. I'm not calling a man my boyfriend for 2 years. After 2 years, you should know by now what you want to do. It doesn't take men long to know if you're the one for them. Take it from me, an original 90-day fiance, twice. Okay. It doesn't take a man a long time to know or see you as a wife, right? Like if you carry yourself as a wife, when you entertain a man, they're going to see that you're a wife. If they want you as their wife, it's not going to take them long to figure that out. It's not going to take them that long. Sounds like he's playing them both. Yeah. Mm-hmm. As a friend, you should have said something from the jump. Yeah. After I met him. She dated him after you met him? I mean, me personally, once I feel it's a real friend. Oh, once I know that there's a man that me and my friend have both dealt with, I'm turned off. But also too, me and my friends, we tell each other about guys that we're dating. Guess what? I forgot what I asked you. Who was talking to? I'm confused. But let me ask you this: did he know that the two of you were friends? Did he know that the two of you were friends? Because if y'all friends, how he just slipped through? Who met him first? Who dated him first? And how y'all don't? Why y'all not talking about this with each other? Now I get it. You don't always tell your friends about guys or whatever, but he didn't know y'all was friends. Okay. Correct. My friends and I do the same. We are aware of who we date and talk to. Yeah. Like, especially if it's like within the same city. If I meet somebody new and I'm like, neither one of us know, I'd be like, hey, you know him. You know him. Y'all ever met him? Anybody dated him? What's T? You know what I mean? Because I don't want to get in that sticky place with my friends over no man. I met him first and we were going back and forth. And your friend didn't know this? But when your friend started dating him, she told you she was dating him. If that is the case, that she came to you and was like, "Oh, I'm talking to this guy," da 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 da, I would have been like, "Oh, I used to talk to him." I would immediately would have had a conversation right there. And now, if that ever happened with me and a guy, I mean, I'm sorry. Once I find out that there's a man that has like tried to talk to my homegirl as well, I am immediately turned off. And so, yes, I'm gonna just say yes. It's against the girl code, 100%. 100%. Because no, I don't want to deal with a man that has had dealings with one of my friends. Even if I find out, no. Mm-mm. It's too many men out here that we got to have the same one. All right. What's your opinion on women supporting men that they're dating to go through their inner healing process? 0 out of 10 stars. Do not recommend. If they are going through inner healing, I feel like a man, emphasis on man, and not little boy, a man is not going to want you to have to be drugged through his process. He's going to say, hey, right now, this is what I'm going through, and I don't have the capacity to give you the type of man that you deserve. So I think it's best that we're just friends, or I think it's best that we scale back, or whatever. He's not even going to pursue you. A man, okay? Specifically, I'm talking about a man, not a little boy. Not a little boy who is working through his inner wounds, who's probably looking for the nurturer, the mommy in you, when he need to probably go sit with his own mama and forgive her. No, we are not incubators for men's healing. Not while you're dating. Now, when you're married, that's different. Y'all in covenant to become one. Whatever your husband go through, y'all go through that thing together, right? Because it affects both of y'all. But y'all just dating, that's not your responsibility. It's not your responsibility. You're healing from, oh, okay. Now, if a man is like he's in therapy, okay, cool. That's what's up. I support that. But I don't want to become your therapist. How long is a reasonable talking phase? There's no reasonable talking phase. There's no time limit for getting to know someone. You have to qualify that person. You have to look at the quality of what you guys are talking about. You can be talking to someone for 3 months and be talking about absolutely nothing. Okay? You could be talking to that person about absolutely nothing of substance or that would even matter to see if this is someone that you're compatible with. You want to talk to this person and see what qualities do they have? What are their values? What are their morals? Right? Once you become crystal clear on what it is that you want, I know I say this all the time, when you'll start asking questions to see if that person is in alignment with what it is that you know you already want. And it won't take you long to figure that out. So throw away your timelines and start thinking about the quality of the person that you're talking to. Who is this person? How do they fit into the world that how do they fit into the world that I desire, the world that God has told me that I should have. Is this man an Ephesians 5 man? I broke the man down for y'all. It's on YouTube. I broke it down in the Hebrew, Greek, and everything. An Ephesians 5 man, right? You might not even like him. You a lot of times, if we be honest with ourselves, we have dated guys just because we like the fact that we had some company. And then when you got out of the situation and you finally like sat back and look back, you're like, I didn't even like that man. I didn't even like him. I just like the fact that somebody was calling my phone, or I like that somebody was taking me out. There was some consistent good morning text. Like, you have to realize sometimes you are entertaining men to fill a void. You want to get to a place where you get turned off by the wrong person texting you good morning. You look at your phone and be like, oh my God, I don't want you texting me good morning, because you are not the man that I would want. You're not it. You're not it. And I'm trying to tell y'all, if when guys ask you what you're looking for in a man, tell them I'm looking for an Ephesians 5 man. See what their response is. See what their response is. Because if they don't know, my thing is, if you don't know, mm-mm. But I broke that. I still got the notes right here. I broke that thing down, y'all. Husbands are supposed to be Christ-like. They have to walk in the same level of submitting themselves to God as you are. They have to be fond of you. They have to be content with you, meaning that they don't love you and other women. Okay? They they have to commit. They have to be able to manage the marriage, take care of you. They have to be able to sanctify their wife. Okay? Sanctify means separate your wife from profane things and dedicate and purify her back to God. Do y'all know that that's what it means in the Bible, y'all? When you really look at what an Ephesians 5 man is and you break that thing down for real, that is a high calling. My standard went up a couple of notches, and I did this sometime last year, I think, maybe even the year before. I don't remember. When I broke this thing down, I said, oh, even when it said cleanse, that he cleanses his wife, cleanse meant to cleanse by curing. So there's a level of healing that comes from your husband because he's covering you. I be attracting envy and jealousy sometimes. I'm in the room with a mixture of some women and men. I mean, people are jealous. Jealousy and envy has nothing to do with you. It has everything to do with them. All right. Even when it says that he might present his wife, his bride, right? That meant that he would provide and stand by. To provide and stand by. Making her unblameable, meaning your husband has a calling on his life to perfect something in you. Nourish meant to, there's a certain level of maturity. What else? Nourish, treasure. What was this part? Was this one of them? Confided. Not obvious. Long story short, if your man is doing everything is doing everything that an Ephesians 5 man is supposed to be doing, by the last verse in there, it says that the wife would reverence her husband. And what that meant was that you would be struck with amazement and filled with deep respect for your husband. But he had to do and be the man before all of that. Baby, the bar is up here for the husband. Okay? It's up here. Now that I know what it means to have a covering, now that I know what it means, this is what the kind of husband that God wants me to have. Child. Mm-mm. and Renita, like girls always say where he at, and it's like if you were in right standing with God, not saying that you're not, but if you were at peace and in the right position with God, you wouldn't be asking where he's at. You would be planted where you're at, positioning yourself where you need to be, and confident in the fact that he's going to find you. You wouldn't be wondering, well, where is he at, God? He's around. And you keep being the woman that God called you to be, walking in your purpose, doing what you're supposed to do. Your roster just went to zero because, okay, listen, washes you with the word. Baby, if you can't wash me with the word, you can't be my husband, because here's the thing, I know who I'm called to be, right? I know what I experience spiritually. If you can't cover me and wash me with the word, baby, I don't have to explain to you when I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm walking around and I'm praying and I'm doing certain things. I don't have to explain to you when I'm seeing stuff in the spirit. I don't have to explain that because you don't know. You should already know this is who my wife is. These are her gifts. This is her calling. This is who God made her to be. And God has given me the responsibility to cover that, to nourish that, to mature that, to sanctify that. Okay? And if you don't know that as a man, baby, you can't be my man. You can't do it. You can't do it. Got to be careful though, because it don't matter if they pretend. Can't nobody play you without your what? Permission. No man can play you without your permission. And if you walk closely to God, that man can't play you. You're going to allow him to, because God ain't going to keep nothing from you. He's going to show you crystal clear, this man ain't for you. And if you decide to look at those red flags like Six Flags and keep getting on the ride, when the ride breaks down, whose fault is it? Because even if the man is saying all the right things, doing all the right things, if you are close enough to God, something in your spirit is still going to feel off. Off. You're welcome. Well, Renita, I want you to ask yourself, if he was God's will, how, if you thought that he was God's will, how is he not? We got to be realistic with ourselves, because also too, sometimes God may send somebody. I'm not saying him because I don't think he was it. God can send somebody to you, and the two of y'all could end up messing up something that he put together because you are being rebellious or disobedient. If you open the door for the devil to come in to separate y'all, then what? Whose fault is it? God's or yours? Whose fault is it? We got to be real. Like y'all know, I take full accountability for my ex-husband. I should not have married that man. Shouldn't have did it. I take full accountability. Was he wrong for the things that he did to me? Sure. He has to sleep with that at night and deal with that on his own conscience. But at the end of the day, when I look back, I had to say, Jennifer, you knew you shouldn't have married that man. You was getting checks in your spirit. You was telling your best friend something don't seem right. And he was doing everything right. Saying all the right things, doing all the right things. Literally perfect. But something in my spirit, and I didn't trust the God that was in me to say, Now, do I trust it now? 100%. The first time. The first time. I don't need no proof. I don't need no nothing. I had to tell a man, I don't steward, man. You should find proper covering. He was offended. Of course he was offended, because he's in full-blown rebellion. A man that's in full-blown rebellion can't take correction from anybody. And like, no, we don't steward men. That's not what we were called to do. We ain't going for it. We ain't going for it. Lord knows it did. I know it. We always know this. I can't even date, but I still take these gems. Why you can't date? I don't know how I got in this live by 11. Welcome to the party, girl. Me too. I shouldn't have either. Look, full accountability. Yeah, I know which relationship you're talking about, but I have enough discernment to know he wasn't it either. You ain't got to tell me too much. I know by the spirit he wasn't it. He was a master manipulator. He needed you for a season, and then he discarded you when he was done. He got you all riled up and sweet nothings, empty promises. Mm-mm. He kept sending you some look. God protects us. Like he really does protect his daughters. What does that mean? Steward a man. Like, so you know how it says be a good steward over your finances? Like, manage well. I'm not managing a man, right? I'm gonna be a good steward of my time. I'm gonna be a good steward of my resources. I'm gonna be a good steward of my friendships, right? But I'm not managing no man. You're supposed to be my covering. You're supposed to be the head of our family. Lead, sir. Lead. Men just don't ask me, and I don't get it. I work, etc. I'll just wait on the Lord's time. Um, it could be a couple of different things. Positioning, body language. It's a lot of things that go into people being attracted to you. So a lot of things that go into that. If you aren't being approached, there is a reason. There's something happening. God is not hiding you. Okay? And it could be spiritual. It could be something that you need to work on in the natural. It could be a couple different things. Do you feel it's okay to date until God sends your person? I hear mixed thoughts on that. If you don't date, how you gonna meet your person? Now, what dating is to you is what matters. Dating should be for data, collecting information. I'm just getting to know you. I'm asking questions. We may go out to eat. We may hang out, FaceTime a couple times. It shouldn't take you no longer than maybe 2 to 3 weeks of conversation to know if this is someone that you should invest your time in, because you should be asking the right questions. You should be talking to God. Don't waste your time in 2025. Hey, God, as soon as you start feeling like, oh, I think this guy, I'm starting to get those warm butterfly feelings that start making me crazy. Time to call him up. God, if this man ain't the one, if he shouldn't be in my life, send me a sign, give me a smoke signal, send me a dream, a stranger, whatever. God, he's going to show up for you. He's not going to leave you in the dark. But when you get the answer, you got to listen. When you get the answer, you got to listen. It takes me 3 business days. Listen, now, barely even 3 business days. Like, I'm not even giving you my phone number. I'm going to look at you and be like, oh, yeah, you ain't it. Yeah, you ain't it either. Someone said I could have a spiritual spouse, and I rebuke that, but it's definitely something. A spiritual spouse is a real thing. If you are having sex in your dreams, you have a spiritual spouse. Girl, I'm scared to say that prayer because God don't play. He don't play. Like that meme say, he come through like the Rico suite. Ooh, yeah, I like that, Taisha. Show me his heart in a way I can't God, show me his heart in a way that I can't dispute it. Because we will try to talk ourselves. Well, you know what? It could just be me. That's what happened to me in my marriage. I started psyching myself out, talking about, oh, well, maybe I just feel this way because I'm scared because I was engaged before. Maybe I'm just fearful. Look, child, it was the good Holy Ghost telling me, run. And not just run for the hills. Run for the hills, honey. And I was disobedient. I didn't listen. It was my fault. But what do you do? You write a book, tell your story, help other women, and, you know, keep it trucking. All right, long distance relationship tips. Communication is key. Even our convo at homecoming. Okay, I remember because I was in the thick of it. No matter what. Long communication. Make sure y'all are planning when you're seeing each other. Um, but talk. Have a lot of conversation. Ask the questions that matter, right? So that way you can see, is this something of me even investing my time? And you got to get to the point where you don't even want to just sit on the phone and talk to somebody unless you know that this is somebody that is of value. I would rather be in my home on live with y'all than sitting on the phone with a man that I know ain't worth my time. And it's not that you, and it's not even like you think that you're better or you're too good. You just know that this is not worthy of my time. And you just don't do it. What prayer should I say that men could be attracted to me? Honestly, I would ask God, hey, God, what's going on that men aren't attracted to me? Is there something on my bloodline that is stopping me from getting married, anybody in my family get married? Look at your bloodline. Look at the women in your family. Look at who's married and who isn't married. When I started asking God, I said, what's up? Why? This, the math ain't mathing. He gave me a dream and showed me what was going on. And then you have to go to war and you have to break those things off through prayer and fasting. Y'all know we have done the Year of the Bride fast with Tiffany Montgomery's ministry, Covered by God. If you ain't done it yet, get to it. I think I've done it about 4 or 5 times now. And not for a husband. I did it because I am the bloodline generational curse breaker, right? If I don't do it, who will? And that's some of y'all. Some of the patterns that you're seeing in your bloodline, you're the one that has to break them. It's up to you. You are the golden goose. So I would get in God's face and be like, hey God, what's up? This the math ain't math and I'm beautiful. Da 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 da. What's up? Because when I walk outside, when I say everybody is a magnet towards me, literally people are drawn to me. Women, men, kids, everything. That's why I say you're not being hidden by God. Something's up. You just got to get to the bottom of it. Amen. Ask the Holy Spirit to reveal it to you. Okay, I have another one. I met a guy during the same time, but he says he's been separated for 8 months, now divorced within the last month, but living with his sister. I don't think I can give him time to regroup. Is this feeling okay to have? Yes. A man that's fresh out of a divorce, two things can happen with a man fresh out of divorce. Sometimes remarrying a man that's been married before, that wants to be a husband, that wants to be married, is a good thing because you kind of get like this already pre-made husband, depending on the circumstance, right? Then there's also the other reality that this man may have been married for a long time and he hasn't had no freedom and he's ready to just be outside. But it depends on the character of that man. Because a good man, even if he was married and the marriage ended for whatever reason, if he is a good man, a godly man, and he still understands that he's supposed to be married, he's going to be looking for the right wife. And he's not going to be out here trying to do all of these things to be a rebel. And Ephesians 5 man, even if he got divorced, let's say the wife cheated on him, his next thought is not going to be, let me go out here and be a hoe. He knows he's a husband. But you said he's recently divorced, living with his sister. Sounds like he needs some time to get back on his feet, and I would give him that. I would give him that. Because even like, and again, it depends on the circumstances. When I was going through my divorce, there was no way I was ever getting back with my ex-husband. It wasn't happening. It was not even a thought. It wasn't happening, right? I went through my own therapy, healing, deliverance, etc. So when I was ready to date, or I was really ready to date. Okay. Also, you are in here and you want to come live with me and ask your question, just hit the request button and request to come live with me. Ooh, what are green flags when dating? Consistency, words and actions aligning. The man does what he says he's going to do. You're not wondering where you stand with that man. That man is leading you in a path of righteousness. That man not only has a plan for himself, but he has a plan for the both of y'all. That man is honest with you and not wasting your time. That man is not rushing you to do anything that you don't feel comfortable with. That man is kind and gentle and patient. Okay. That man has his stuff together. Those are green flags. He talks highly of other women in his life and even in his past life, because y'all know when a man start coming with you, oh, she was crazy, she was this, da 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 da, red flag. Because what did you do? What did you do? If she's crazy, what you do to make her crazy? Because there is such a thing called reactive abuse, and she could have been crazy because she was reacting to your crazy. So I don't trust it. I don't be trusting it. That's my favorite question. What did you do? Okay. Like, if you can tell me that the relationship ended because both of you realized that you weren't the right people for each other, you both needed to do some more growing, some more maturing, cool. I can accept that. Can accept that. Let these kind of men find us in Jesus' name. Okay. Let that be the only kind of men that find us. What is a line between men complimenting you and being overly sexual? Great question. So you know when a man is being overly sexual by the words that he's using. A man can tell you that you're beautiful without saying you're sexy. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh my God, look at your butt, or saying something like nasty like that. Like, a man can compliment you and say, you look really good in that dress. That dress suits you well. Basically, he's saying the body is bodying, but in the most respectful way. Okay. I really like your hair like that. It brings out your eyes. He's saying you're pretty. So the wording, pay attention to the wording in the body language. And I mean, the reality of it is men are visual and men are, they are sexual. However, good men have self-control, and they're not, the one thing that they don't want to do to a woman that they're truly interested in is making them feel uncomfortable. Listen, I can't stand sexy, or listen, like, please don't start talking about any, don't even bring it up. Okay? Don't even bring it up. I was talking to somebody recently, and I was just asking questions, and he was telling me what he was looking for in a woman, and one of the things that he said was very sexual. Then we were chatting again, maybe a day or so later, and something about, basically something, I was like, why don't you go be back with that person? They were like, oh, they're in a relationship, da 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 da. And I said, oh, okay. And he was like, God will send me somebody that is saved and freaky. So I'm not thinking anything of it because he's not like pursuing me. But I was like, he said he a man of God. So I was like, now question, are you abstaining until marriage? And he said yes. Threw me for a little bit of a loop, but I could appreciate the honesty. Yes, I want these things. I want a freaky wife. I want her to be sexual, but yes, I'm abstaining from marriage as well. The two can coexist, but it was new. It was new for me. I was like, oh, okay. Because most of the time when a man is talking about anything sexual, it's because they're trying to get some. Especially if you don't even know me. Okay, especially if you don't know me. Like, that's just like when this girl, it's a group that I'm in, she was like, the guy, she had just met him or whatever, and he started calling her baby, like in the first conversation, like something baby. Don't call me baby. I'm not your baby. You don't even know me like that. I could be a psychopath. You calling me baby? Ew. I'm about to say that that's the good thing. Right. But it was different because I'm like, I don't know this person. It was just somebody I was having casual conversation with. It was just like, you done brought up, you said very sexual in one conversation and freaky in another. Man of God. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand. Like, sex within marriage is a beautiful thing. But I just had to make sure. I was like, what's going on here? Okay. I had an older guy. He's 44 and asked me on a date, but something happened and tell him I had to tell him we needed to reschedule, but he never initiated the reschedule. He still likes my pictures and compliments me. I just decided to let it go, figuring he'd initiate again if he wanted to, right? Well, well, let me play devil's advocate. He asked you on a date, something happened, and you told him that y'all needed to reschedule. At that time, you need to tell him when you're available again. I would have said, hey, I'm sorry. I need to reschedule. Da, 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 da. I'm free on this day and this day. What about you? Because when you take a rain check or reschedule on guys, it feels like rejection. So he may feel rejected. Okay? Because if he canceled on you, how would you feel? Not saying that you would necessarily feel rejected, but you kind of got to look at it both ways. I would have been like, I can't tonight, but I can on this day because I want him to know that I'm still interested. I don't want him to think that I'm not interested. I just want to be like, hey, I genuinely cannot make it tonight, but I can on these dates. Which Bible translation do you recommend? All of them. Read the King James Version to study and read the other ones just to help you understand a little bit better. Like, I'm a NLT, King James, King James Version, NLT, and Message. I also like the Amplified. Somebody's trying to come live with me. Cynthia, okay. Um, yeah. All right. Google Dictionary. Yeah. Uh-oh. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
Good. I didn't want to go on light. I just wanted to hear you. So I'm gonna. You put me back into the queue. I love that. My hair is in a bonnet. Sorry.
No worries. I thought you had a question that you wanted to come up and
No,
ask.
thank you.
No problem. I think you have to exit out. I don't know how to exit you out.
Okay, I'm not sure how to do that. Let's see. Do I hit that?
Okay, there we go. I love the NLT Message and Amplified. Okay. All right. We got some more questions. Okay, yes, I did. All right, we set it up for the following week, but then he had came down with the flu. He never got back to me after that, so I don't know where that leaves us. Oh, okay. Well, if if he came down with the flu and then he hasn't said anything about rescheduling, I would just be like, okay, that's that. Oh, I'm like, who is this emailing me? That's not the email I'm looking for. Blockwave05. Do I know you, Blockwave05? You said we back. What you mean? Okay, I was asking because I'm trying to decide on buying the KJV on. Girl, get a couple of them. I have an amplified physical Bibles. I have several. I have an NIV. I have an NOT, an amplified, a KJV. I think two NOTs actually, because one got a little beat up. So my mama, it's actually sitting right here. My mom got me a new one like 2 Christmases ago because the other one that I studied out of was beat up. Get a couple Bibles. I don't know. I don't know who you are, Black Wave. I just look. Your page is private. I don't know. Keep it cute. I remove men out of here if they don't act right. Okay. I think the Message Bible is good if you just want to like get the storyline. Like when I just want to know what was happening, just to get the story. Okay, I'm gonna listen to that. Boom. But then when I'm studying, I'm looking at the KJV. I'm using my Blue Letter Bible app, stuff like that. All right. When dating, I'd be nervous to initiate conversations because all I've been told is let the man pursue. Is it wrong for women to initiate conversations? I don't think it's wrong for you to initiate conversations, but when it feels like you're chasing, that's when you need to pull back. Conversations should be reciprocal. It should be a flow between you. If I'm talking to a man and I feel like he's starting to be short with me or he's not really reciprocating the same kind of energy in the conversation, I don't really feel like he's as interested, I'm not going to keep talking to you. I'm not going to try to keep pulling a conversation out of you. No, because you still want to leave that space for that man to pursue you. He should equally want to have the conversation with you. Yeah, I have a physical KJV as well because y'all saw what happened to TikTok. TikTok was gone for almost 24 hours. If they decide to delete an app or block an app or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? You better make sure you have one physically. A couple of them. You better have it on hand. You can't rely on having it on your phone. You can't rely on that. You know what I don't like? I don't like that they don't put the lives all in the beginning of your feed. So when you log on, you can see everybody that's live. And you gotta like scroll through to see who's live. Like I don't like that. I like seeing everybody who's live like right there in that one space. It has to flow organically. Exactly. Exactly. Blockwave, what's your real name? What do you think about Dr. Matthew Stevenson? I personally love his teaching. He confirms so many moments in quiet time. Yours still shows up that way. Mine doesn't. It doesn't. Like, I feel like when they make all the changes on Instagram, like my this account is one of the first ones to get it. Now on my personal account, no. But this account, oh, the changes be automatic. D. Oh, okay, your name. Okay, D. Doctor, so that man, I don't know anything about him nowadays. I don't follow him anymore. I don't listen to him. It's been 5, 6 years, but I used to be an executive administrative assistant at one of his campuses in Atlanta. And I will say back then that ministry was full of rebellion, idolatry, and wickedness. That's what I'll say about that. I don't follow him or anyone else that was connected to him anymore. So I don't know what he's doing. I do know back then he was a very wicked, evil man, being operating through the spirit of Jezebel. Now, could he preach? Man, he could preach down, but your gift comes without repentance, and God can use whoever he wants to use to get a message to you. However, personally, I would never sit under his ministry. Never. No. God is good. He enabled you to peep all that and find I wouldn't say a truer path. My path with God was always true. I just got out of that toxic environment. Nothing is wrong with the God that I serve. He's perfect. His Some of his children, but I separate the two. What people do is not a reflection of how God treats me. God treats me like I'm gold. God treats me like I'm the apple of his eye. God treats me like I'm his most special, precious daughter. God treats me like I am one of his favorites. I ain't got no beef with God. But yeah, Rhoda, back to your question. Don't be afraid just to have regular conversation. I get that it's like, oh yeah, my best friend just texted me on it. Let me do it right now. Don't be afraid to start if the conversation's already flowing. Don't feel like you gotta like, oh, it's a new day. I gotta wait for him to text me first. If y'all have already been having consistent conversations and the conversation has been flowing, it's okay for you to reach out first sometime. I seen that too. That's why I said I can hear your silence. You see it too. Mm-hmm. 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 All right. 1 second, y'all. My best friend sent me a get this done right now assignment. So I want to get this done right now. Thank you for your anytime, anytime. Anybody else have any questions or want to come live with me and ask your question? Because that is all the questions in the question box. Anybody want to come live with me and ask your question or have another question that you want to ask? I think I've been on here for maybe almost an hour. Do I need to put all of that stuff in there? Is it pertinent? All right. Do I listen to RC Blake? I have in the past. I haven't listened to him recently, and not for any particular reason. Um, I just I I just don't listen to him. But I did when I did listen to him, I did think that he brought a lot of solid wisdom. I think what I knew of him when I watched him, he was a very solid man of God. I have not watched him recently, so I can't speak on anything now. But I did when I did watch him, I did enjoy watching him. I watched him a lot when we were on Periscope. I think that's when I first found out about RC Blake's. Ooh, I keep getting up because my butt hurts, y'all. Questions pertaining to I'm a new follower. Dating and relationships, life, love, business, that that kind of thing. Oh, it said it was a new question in there, but I didn't see it. Charles Stanley is good too. Honestly, y'all, I don't listen to a lot of people right now. I'm like listening to God. I was talking to my girlfriend earlier too, and I was like, I'm not in a season of my life where I'm listening to this person, that person, that person, that person. I'm not in that type of season. I'm in a season where I'm listening to God himself and a very select few of people that preach the gospel. One of my former pastors told me, if you sit at everybody's table, you'll get sick. And that has stuck with me for over a decade. So when everybody's running here to listen to this person, listen to that person, everybody ain't for me. And at the end of the day, I want to hear it from myself. The most important sermon you want to hear preached is the one that God downloads into your spirit, right? You don't need to follow every prophet, pastor. No. Now, should you be gleaning from someone? Absolutely, right? They're like, get the wisdom from whoever is pouring into your life, but you don't need to be at everybody's seat. You can open up this good book right here and God will speak directly to you. Shakira, girl, I know I was supposed to wait for you to move my bedroom furniture around, but I got a burst of energy today and I got it done. Don't ask me how, but I got it done. And it took me maybe like an hour. I got a burst of energy. Thank you. I think I followed you yesterday and ended up missing you live. So right now, my live schedule, this is the first time I've ever done a live schedule. I am going live on Mondays and Wednesdays for sure. I'm committing to that. Every other day outside of that, it's a bonus. But Mondays and Wednesdays are the days that I'm committing to in 2025 to go live. I finally made a commitment. Only took me 8 years of being on this platform, but I did it. Charles Stanley is a really good teacher, a white man, but his teachings are so good. Ooh, it's somebody that I follow on Instagram, and I catch his Sunday sermons every once in a blue. I can't think of his name, but that man be teaching. If he pops up, that man be teaching. Do I go to church? Do I gather with other believers? Yes, I do. Am I a member of someone's church? No, I am not. I am a member of the body of Christ. And I don't really care for the church politics. Call me done. When it comes to church, I've been an executive administrator. I've been a Bible study teacher. I have been on the hospitality team. I have been the person that registered people for the conferences. I have been the person that booked the speakers. I've been the person that set up the green rooms. I have been the person that made up the choreography for the young kids dance group. I have been the cook. I've been an armor bearer. Call me done it all. I just like me and the Lord and what we got going on. And I like Covered by God. I like, I do watch 2819 from time to time. I ain't 100% sold on them, but I do watch. Sometime I will tune in. But I don't get into the church politics. I don't really care. Oh, you got back today. That's crazy. That's crazy. And when I go into a service, I'm not really focused on the people around me per se. I be focused on God. Like even the last church that I was at, I sat in the second row because I didn't want to have to deal with nothing that was going on behind me. Brandon Clark is awesome too. So Brandon Clark was a part of that same organization that I was with. Brandon Clark could preach. I don't know what he's got going on now, but I did like his teaching back then. I like listening to biblical sound doctrine, trying to find because I'm the person that I'm at church, and when you say this is the scripture, I'm going back and reading ahead of see what was going on. I'm reading a little bit after, and I'm listening to you to see what you're saying. Because if the math don't math, I'm not receiving it. Just because you give me a good rhyme, a good lullaby that go with the no. That don't impress me. That don't impress me. I haven't found a church home yet. Okay, Shakira, look. God has gave me a gift of discernment that I don't always know why I feel what I feel about certain stuff, but I just know when I feel something ain't right. Same. Even cleaning on the weekends, God showed me the agendas of the church politics. It's a strong done for me. Mm, mm. If you talking about with that man, girl, yeah, I would run for the hills. Just to be honest, I would run. If you watch my series on YouTube channel, I wrote my story and God showed me the spirits behind the people, and it's a no, period. Send me the link to my DM. I'll check it out. I'll check it out. But yeah, I and here's the thing, I think there's a lot of great teachers. Like there was a season where I sat under a lot of Priscilla Shirer's teachings. Do I listen to a lot of her stuff now? No. Is it for any reason? No. I still love Priscilla Shirer down. Like, and you got to know who you are gleaning from in each season. And right now, I'm gleaning from the Bible. I'm gleaning from God. So why would I don't need a resource when I can go to the source. And that's just where I am in my relationship now. Where you are in your relationship, honor that. I love that. I'm learning the Bible at this stage in my life. I would like to have a deeper connection outside of what I was raised to know. All my generations went to church, and that's what I was taught. Yeah. And did I tell you Bible studies coming back in February? I put it in the Bible study group chat. I'm going to send out an email. Shakira, I'm back sending emails too. Shakira, when I tell you I've been on my Zoom here lately, I've been on my Zoom. Okay? I feel like I got my mojo back. But I'm going to send an email about it. We're not doing weekly anymore just because I don't have the capacity to do weekly. I want to spend more time with God myself than pouring. So we will have Bible study, I think at minimum once a month starting out. If we do it some more, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, February. Probably either the week of Valentine's, because Valentine's is on a Friday. It's either going to be that week or the week right after, is what I'm thinking. So there is room for me to understand the message. Never felt like I got that going to church physically. Feel it, seen it, dreamt it, heard it, conversation in the spirit realm, girl. No, the art has left many churches, honey. Listen, and here's the thing. When I left that particular church in Atlanta, I gave that pastor a good warning and told him what was coming his way. I think 2 years later, the word came to pass. I'm coming over this weekend. I'll be here. I'll be here. So we can get to work. Okay. Because, yeah. But I don't say that to gloat either. But it's like, look, I knew God put me in this position for a reason, for a season. And when it was time to go, I packed up my things and I took myself on. But I left with leaving what I needed to leave. But baby, as soon as I got into leadership at that organization, it was like, oh, what did I just get myself into? That's how I felt. I said, what did I get myself into? Because this is crazy. This is crazy. Okay, this is a good question. So I'm actually going to bring something up so I can give you some things that I practically have said. Not this one. Not this one. Did you get your packages, Shakira? I'm gonna assume, yeah. Is this what I wanted? Yes, this is what I wanted. Waiting on one. Okay. Uh-oh. I don't know. I don't, somebody's asking to go live with me. That name seems weird. Calpesh. I don't know if I'm gonna let you in here, sir. Something I don't know. Somebody go look at his page and let me know. Okay. Question. What are tips to help you become more soft and feminine after you've been on your own? I think that when it comes to being soft and feminine, you have to know what environments you need to be like that in, right? Because there's certain, see, I'll be knowing. I'll be knowing. See, my phone about to die. Hold on, let me get my charger. All right. Is it charging? Okay, it's charging. Thank you, Shakira. Then he gonna write in here telling some, are you astrology? Sir, go ahead and get you gone altogether because we don't play that in this here group chat. Yeah, no. You gonna ask me about astrology. Do I look like I'm into astrology? What about me gives that I'm into astrology? Anywho, um, no, you have to kind of like know the environments in order, because for you especially, because there's environments where you need to be who God called you to be, and that ain't gonna be too soft and too feminine. You know what I'm saying? Your outfitting, your and how you look may be soft and feminine, but when you're doing what God has called you to do, it may be a little bit more aggressive. But when you are in social settings, that is right, Roxy. When you're in social settings, that is the time for you to practice being more soft, paying attention to your body language, making sure your shoulders are back, how you're sitting, having open invitation kind of body language, right? Being confident. You're already confident. Being confident. Your speech. What is it that it's a scripture. Be quick to listen, slow to speak. That's a scripture, ain't it? I ain't tripping. Ain't it in Timothy? James. Yeah. Be quick to listen, but slow. Be quick to listen and slow to speak. That's a great way to practice and be like, how should I respond to this person? Especially when you're dealing with men. When it comes to men, especially in the beginning, do more listening than speaking. Do more observing than speaking. This gives you time to like really check in with yourself, and then you can control the atmosphere that you want to provide for that man. Okay? So it's like really settling in, like, okay, let me listen to what he said. And then literally say to yourself, how do I want to respond to this? Think about your tone. Think about all of those things. Um, what's another way? It really comes with like I honestly I've practiced on certain guys, like how like speaking to them and stuff like that. Like I've literally used going out in certain social settings and just been like, I'm not interested in this guy, but I'm going to practice tapping into that because that's who I want it to be. Um, with some also when you're home, be feminine in your home. Like make your home a, a feminine sanctuary, from your decor to how you how you treat yourself. Like make your home life luxurious. I feel like the more I pour into like making my space peaceful, that's why I needed to move my bedroom around. I was like, I need to switch up the energy in here. I need to switch it up. The more you are feeling like you're like at peace in your sanctuary, you got your candles, it smells good, your perfumes, your body lotions. Like I put on perfume and body oils and lotions and all that, and I be sitting right here in this house. Right here in this house. Start practicing all of those things. Even when you're talking to just people in general, pay attention to your tone. It takes practice. I'll say that much because I used to be a firecracker with my words and with my mouth. This mouth got me into a lot of trouble back in the day. But now I'm a lot more patient. I'm a lot more calm, a lot more woosah. Especially when it comes to men. And then also too, certain men will make you naturally just feel like you want to be softer. But they have to create an environment where you feel safe. And if you don't feel safe around that man, he doesn't deserve your softness. Once I don't feel safe around you, all bets are off. Because if I feel like I'm in some type of danger, you got to get up out my way. And if I'm in your space for whatever reason, mm-mm. Yep, number 3 to a T. I might tell you a joke, but I never tell you a lie. Also, too, like I like a lot of Michelle McKinney's books. A lot of her books are like some of my faves, like The Keys to Being an Irresistible Woman, Chef's Kiss. I have read and reread that book over and over and over, and the title sounds like it's like something else than it is, but Keys to Being an Irresistible Woman has so much biblically based things in there. The bomb. And she has a book called Secrets to a Man's Heart. That's another good one. You know, I should reread that one. Let me go to my Kindle because I think that's where it's at. Secrets to a Man's Heart. But a lot of her books helped me a lot. Like even after my divorce from my ex-husband and I was like trying to like find myself again, when I read Secrets to Being an Irresistible Woman, that book really helped me. It was like she was talking to me like, girl, if you don't remember that you that girl and get yourself up and get, that's how that I felt like she was talking to me in that book. And I was like, yeah, sitting over here dealing with this Joe Schmo, letting him all in the name of he's my husband. I'm out of here. Yep. Secrets to a Man's Heart by Michelle McKinney Hammond. And let me just give you like, okay, so like she talks about the power of our influence of as a woman, the beauty of submission, the heart of a servant, the way of a woman, what beauty can't do, how to win respect, a woman's strength, the price of control, the importance of wisdom, building legacy, passion of purity, the greatest. And these are all, if you go to my Amazon store, they're under books in my Amazon store. So if you go click the link in my bio, it says Amazon store, go to books, Michelle McKinney. I have several of her books in there. But this one is Secrets to a Man's Heart. A Man's Weakness, The Need for Agreement, The Price of Love, What Faith Can Birth. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna reread this. I wonder, do I have this on Audible? Because I like listening to Audible books too. I'm listening to one book right now. It's really good. I'll share it once I'm fully finished with it. Oh no, it's not on here. I wish it was though. Are any of her books on here? Michelle McKinney. Oh, okay. Here she is. Oh, she's only got one on here. She's got one book on here that's called What to Do Until Love Finds You. Hmm. It's a 6-hour book, The Diva's Guide to Relationships and Self-Empowerment. It's the revised and expanded version. Huh. She doesn't make it anymore? It's not on Kindle? Because it's still in my Kindle. Yeah, it's on Google. Not Google. Amazon. It's on Amazon. And it's like I just added it to my store. It's $9.46. Maybe the link I had, it's paperback. Maybe the link that I had was a bad one, but this one, oh wait, is this used? It just says paperback. Mass market paperback. Why would she stop selling that book? It's such a good book. Maybe she sells them on her website. Maybe she doesn't want to go through Amazon. Maybe she sells them herself. I don't know. She's got some other ones on here. Oh, is this a new one? The Power of Being a Woman? Is this a new one? Hey, y'all that have just come into the room. Thoughts on premarital counseling? Do it. Do it. I have a friend of mine, her and her boyfriend, they're doing this 100 questions to ask before you get engaged, I think. Let me see. Yep. 101 questions to ask before you get engaged. And they are doing that together. Oh, this is on Audible. I have all these credits on Audible. Let me go ahead and get it. They are doing it, and I'm hoping that by the end of their 101 question that he proposes, that would be awesome. I don't know, but I think that would be a bomb idea. But yeah, premarital counseling, do it. Without a question. Without a question, do it. Because there's some really hard conversations that you need to be able to have about money, about family, about sex, about what else? What else did we talk about in premarital counseling? We talked about a lot of stuff, and sometimes we would leave premarital counseling like, the heck just happened? What in the world just happened? Oh, that is so cute. And listen, be very honest. Folks do lie. When it gets to that money part, though, it's like you have to, you gotta like show accounts and stuff. Like, and all of that. That's why I hope I marry somebody that is like a finance person, because I don't want to be the brainiac when it comes to the money. You handle that. Let me handle all the wifely, girly stuff. Let me make this house a home. You know what I'm saying? You handle the financial part. I don't, I know there's some marriages where the wife is the more financial savvy one. I don't want to be that one. No. My dream life, I want to be a housewife that takes care of her children, that goes on live with you all, that writes several books, that goes on like tours, speaking all around the world, and supports her husband, whatever he's got going on. That's my dream life. I want to wake up in the morning and just be. And literally just do all the things that my family and God needs me to do. That's it. It's my dream life. I have no desire to work like a traditional, I don't want to be the career guru. I'm not trying to climb the corporate ladder. No. I would like to be a housewife. That's what I would like to do. A very resourceful housewife. And I ain't say a broke housewife, okay? Because I just feel like when women, when they don't have to worry about finances, it makes it easier for them to make the money. It's my personal thought. Maybe that's just my thought for me. All right, anything else y'all want to talk about? It's almost 10 o'clock. I'm excited to sleep in my bedroom tonight because I've rearranged everything, so I feel like it's just going to be better. Yeah. Dream life. I've always said that, with 2 degrees on the wall. I don't care about no degrees on the wall. The older I get, the more I feel like college is a scam, unless you're trying to be like a doctor, lawyer, therapist, something of that nature. I want to be a kept woman. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. And again, kept don't mean broke, so Any more questions? It looks like that's a no. Looks like that's a no. Well, this was fun. I enjoyed you all. I'm going to upload this replay onto YouTube. Hey, are you still answering questions? How do you get over a bad breakup? Comment me and go to my website. There is a how to overcome heartbreak guide in there for you. Also, if you go on my last post that I posted and you comment, I think it's the option B or C, a DM will go straight to your DM with the link to the guide. Yeah, it breaks it down for you. If anybody wants to go to my website, it's linked in my bio. All the dating resources are there if you want to really do the work and really change your dating life. All of the things are there. A lot of people have been getting the dating detox here lately. The digital version of my book, Pressure, but the dating detox has been a major hit this week. So go get what you need, do the work, change your love life, change your perspective. So when y'all come in here with happy news about dating or about life, and you're not in here complaining about somebody breaking your heart, treating you wrong, wasting your time, or any of that. Okay? Because I don't want to hear it. At this point, I've given y'all all the game. I'm giving y'all all the game. Now, if you're a new follower, that's different. But if you've been here for a while, all the resources are there. Y'all got everything you need, and it's not expensive. You just need to get it, put it into action, and stand on that thing, and you'll be A-okay. All right. Bye. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Thank you, girl. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, girl.